think this is starting off great now. I'm telling you, like, you may not feel it, but I'm telling you, it get better and better as time go. It gets better.
Got to admit, it's getting better. It's getting better all the time, which is a good Beatles song.
I'm telling you. Now, if we could just find some time to be out in the world, in the public, after the snow hit, and we could prep, we'll be good.
I think we'll be good to go.
Have faith, though. Please have faith.
And I believe in Dre and his movement.
And I believe in your movement, dude. I believe in our movement. I believe in my movement, your movement, and our movement that we got going on together.
Boom.
For sure. You know what I mean? And with that being said, do you want to get a shout out? Because, you got it from her, so.
Oh, no, I don't.
Oh, shoot. All right.
You can get a shout out.
Shout out to Angelina from one of our good neighbors. She gave us a nice little quote. Your greatest skill isn't what you do, it's how you make others feel working with you.
Thank you, Angelina.
For sure. So let me say that again. Your greatest skill isn't what you do, it's how you make others feel working with you. You want to elaborate on that a little bit, or you want me to jump into that?
I want you to jump right into it.
All right. So how I look at that is your greatest skill isn't what you do. It's how you make others feel working with you. That will have to deal with your energy, your attitude, and your emotional intelligence, right?
Okay.
Those are the things that set you apart beyond your skill and your knowledge when it comes to making other people feel happy or a positive note.
Yes.
Working with you, right? So those is my takes. So, and I can definitely understand where they're coming from because, like, I've been so focused on making so many people happy in my life that I have a skill, but I haven't focused on the skill until as of late. So something like this really kind of resonate with me a little bit because I'm definitely a people helper person, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So
you are into the corporation of pleasing people.
Yes.
Pleasing
in a good way though.
In a good way.
Like a people pleaser in a good way because I don't want to see wasted talent go to waste.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times I felt like I have wasted talent and then I pull myself out in some areas and really make that doubt turn into an achievement, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I'm a people pleaser because I see something in everybody and I just want us all to win. That's really what it is. You know what I'm saying?
You should want to see.
So with that, I want to ask you, when you help other people, how did that make you feel?
Wow. When I think it's more of, it's not how you see yourself, it's how they see you. So when you are helping someone or helping them gain a better gain of knowledge of what they're trying to do, that internally should make you feel good about yourself. You have some people that want the acknowledgement of, hey, remember I told you this, or remember I showed you this, and man, they're not giving me the recognition that I deserve because I taught them this or something like that. Yeah. So it's more of watching them win will help you win internally, and that's how I see it.
I like that you hit that point where you were talking about wanting to see other people win and that internal feeling, because what happened with me is I like to make people happy.
Right.
And I didn't want the recognition. That's where I was getting at. Is I'm happy you touched on the recognition.
More of a behind, you would prefer to be the wizard behind the curtain.
Yep. I don't really want the recognition, but I definitely fell into that space though, only because I let the naysayers get in my head.
And that's what happens.
And that's what happens is because you start doing things on a good note, like, yo, I let somebody borrow $50 and I knew I wasn't getting that back. You know what I'm saying? But with the kindness of my heart, I still wanted to see that person situation. I wanted to see them win in that particular moment, right? But what happened is I started wanting to be recognized by what I was doing, and then I removed the happiness away from it.
Mm.
And then next thing you know, I started to be frustrated with next thing you know, if somebody keep asking, hey, can you help? Oh God. But I removed that happy feeling because I let people get in the way of me being a people pleaser, and then them looking at me saying, don't you want other people to pour into you? Why are you pouring into other people all the time?
It's
don't
like
that get tiring?
It does.
Don't
right?
that get this? Don't that?
But sometimes that's what you. Some people are built for that. Some people are built and born leaders. And,
correct.
And some people are meant to be. Sad to say it that way. Some people play their position.
Yep.
And when you play your position, you understand where you are. You could be a rook. You could be a pawn.
That's a good one.
You could move like a king. You could move like a queen. Everybody has a position. Just because you got the position doesn't mean that you are meant to be in a position that is above your pay grade.
Yep.
You want to be seen as the young kid that do the cartwheel in front of everybody at the family reunion, and you want everybody to say, "Oh, look what you did! That's amazing! That's great." You're not going to be able to receive that same energy that you want to be received from you doing that. Would it be nice? Yes.
Mm-hmm.
But not all the time. You know what I'm saying? So you have to move and have to work in the essence of believing that everything that you are trying to do is to make someone else better.
Yep.
If that makes sense.
Yep. No, it makes perfect sense. And so, yeah. So when I help other people, I feel ecstatic. I feel probably more happier than the other person, you know what I mean? But that's just how I feel with making other people happy. But then, like I said, I already touched on this with, you know, me making people happy and then falling into the wanting the recognition part. So, you know, that's this part.
Receiving those messages.
Yeah.
Receiving those messages that saying, yo, if it wasn't for you, I wouldn't been able to do so and so. I thank you for helping me do this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? Those kind of things is what emotionally make you feel good, because you weren't doing it for the adulation of someone. Yeah. You're doing it for, you just believe that you were doing your job. Now, even if you're doing your job, there's something that you have within you that's extra that make people want to come to you. Like, if you know that you are handling your business the way you handle it, you know that there are going to be certain people that are going to come directly to you. They're going to ask you individually. They're not going to go, even though they know they can go up, they're asking you, even not saying that you're not up there, depending on your job title, whatever it may be, but they're coming to you because there's something that you have within you that they're looking for that's going to help them. You know what I'm saying?
Yep. And when one thing that I did want to touch on with this last topic on this one is when I noticed what I was doing, and that's awareness, having awareness within myself. When I noticed that I turned the tables around and I wanted recognition versus just happiness from the person, I started to notice, one, I was feeling way completely out of place with myself. I wasn't feeling like I was me. I was feeling like I was being angry, mad at the world, mad at work, mad at everything, just mad at life, right? Mm-hmm. Because I started now having expectations that I did not have prior. I started having expectations that weren't there before, and also having expectations with people just wanting to be more receptive or wanting to be like you. And that's not it's not realistic.
It's not
realistic, you know what I'm saying?
Not, right?
So once I started pulling back though from wanting that recognition, wanting people to kind of like, hey, thank you. I really
Do you want it? Do you want it? Absolutely.
Here, but you know what I noticed though, as that process, I don't want it every day.
No.
I actually want it here and there.
And that goes.
That's it. I wasn't getting it at all, and I just
when
really
you have
wanted
never
it
when you
here
have
and
never
there.
when you have never mind. Okay, check this. When you have never got it before, it becomes normal to you. When you're starting to get it, it becomes foreign. You don't know how to accept it.
Mm-hmm.
So when you're getting it, now it's like, oh, okay, thank you.
But getting it foreignly like that, that means it's coming naturally. But when you are now thinking in your head, you want somebody to say it back, now that's harvesting a whole different type of mindset, though. You know what I'm saying?
It's like love in a relationship.
Yeah.
And we talked about that before.
Yeah, man.
I give love.
Yep.
I love to love. But then I'm giving the love and you're not giving that love back to me. But you say you love me, but it's not the way that I receive it.
Exactly.
So now I'm like this. Do you really love me? Now I'm second guessing and double thinking about how is it real? Is it really real? You know what I'm saying? And it's the same way when you are trying to be a person that's trying to give out information to wanting to help people and wanting the acknowledgement of, hey, I would love for you to acknowledge me. If you don't, it's cool. I respect that. I'm gonna still do me. But when you decide to be like, yo, it's because of Dre that I'm able to do so and so, it catch me off guard because I'm like, damn, I didn't even see that coming. Yep. That's the love that you want.
Yep.
When you want it and you want it bad, sometimes you have to understand when you want something so bad, you have to understand that you can get it, but it ain't gonna be the way that you want to get it.
That was a real good point.
You can both above and below have a way of giving you what you need. Some might give it to you slow, some might give it to you fast. When you get it fast and you think that you deserve it that way, be prepared to get that quick downfall of how you might get it as well. That slow drip may be what you need instead of it being fast.
Oh. Ooh.
Because that slow drip is what you may need to help you build. You get that fast drip, that fast one that come real quick, and you overflow.
Overflow? Oh.
You will overflow. Sometimes that overflow, sometimes you not prepared for that overflow because guess what? You only got one cup.
That was deep.
That overflow that's coming from that sink, you don't know if you're going to reach for the faucet or reach for the mop. So you have to be aware of how much of that blessings and that energy that you may be getting. Because sometimes it may come how you think you may want it, but it comes with a price.
Lord. Okay. Next question or next subtopic on that. Having impact is more important than technical skill. Now we're thinking on a level of your greatest skill isn't what you do, it's how you make others feel working with you. So is having impact more important than having the skill?
Gotta have a skill.
You gotta have the skill. Don't get me wrong, because that's what they're coming to you for. But I believe having impact, and I believe the statement is kind of actually right. Having impact is more important than having a skill, because the impact shows how much you know on that skill. The impact show how skilled you are.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Especially if it's what you know, and when it's given to you, and when it's given to you, it's that moment when you know something. It's like a play in sports when you know that you're running an offense and you know the defense that's coming at you and you know what it is. It's outside blitz coming in, you know it, and you do one of these. And you start rubbing your hands because you know where it's coming. And you know where to dump it off. Yep. So that impact that you may have, that you want to give out to other people, may be a good thing. Because you know what you're doing. Once again, I know what I'm coming to you for.
Yeah. I'm a perfect example of this, actually, to be perfectly honest. If you think I have more impact as I'm still learning and honing in my skill.
Absolutely. And I'm not going to take that away from you.
So you see what I'm saying?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So I believe that having an impact is more important.
I would not come to you if I didn't know that you didn't have something within you that was impactful and that was more embracing to receive.
Yeah.
If I'm not going to you, I'm going to somebody else. And unfortunately, if I go to somebody else, it's not the same that if I ask to get from you.
And
I'm just getting whatever they give me compared to what you tell me, on top of you being like blah blah blah, and boom. You know what I'm saying?
Don't get me wrong though, the skill part is important, but if I'm not fully skilled and I'm still impacting, that just means I just have to start honing in my skill even more.
You can have the skill
to keep impacting even further.
You can have the skill, but if the person that's giving me the job that I need to do, and I'm just like, man, how much of that skill am I going to put into it? Am I going to put 100% in?
That's the impact.
Because of the person.
Or that's where we come back to, yo, shout out to Mont. He helped me out doing this, that, and the third, whoop, 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 like you just said before. Mm-hmm. And that's where you like, oh, I ain't know that. Thank you. That's impact. You impacted this person's life to where he just, on his time, where he's being celebrated with lights, cameras, and action. He said, thank you, Mont. It's like, thank you, God.
Yeah.
It's impact.
It is the impact. But guess what? How much have we seen?
And you impacted this person to let them hone in on their skill.
On their skill and their craft. But how prideful do we have to be for you not to even say that? How many times do we see guys that work, do their job, that they will... I guess, I don't know. I guess it's the relationship that certain people have. Because...
Remember I told you Friday, stroking people's egos.
That
have more impact. Me telling people thank you for wrecking out those parts have more impact than me doing my day-to-day job.
Yeah, because it shows that I appreciate you doing the job that you're doing.
That you're technically supposed to be doing.
That you're supposed to be doing in a nutshell.
You see what I mean? But the impact that I'm acknowledging.
But it's the acknowledgement. How many of those dudes did you... I was about to go somewhere.
Impact.
I was going to go somewhere.
Oh, I ain't saying names.
But how much of an impact do you... How many times do you think those dudes... I ain't even got to say who. I'm just going to go with the area. How many times do you think those dudes look out for each other and say, man, yo, I appreciate that, thank you. Or good looking out. Knowing that they carry each other off the BS that they do with each other.
I agree.
Oh, dang, he messed up, man. We go do that for you. Oh, man, good looking. How many times do you think you hear that? This is the growth that we want. This is the growth that we want to see, not only within ourselves, but us as men, to basically acknowledge each other's growth. Or thank you for keeping my ass out the fire. Because if it wasn't for you, I might have been gone a long time ago.
Yeah.
But my pride won't let me tell you that, because guess what? I'm still in my own way and in my own feelings of how I think I should be moving. I got issues at home I bring them to work. I can't even acknowledge the dudes I work with that take care of me.
That is good.
I can't even acknowledge the dudes that take care of me when I got issues at the crib. Because some of the things that I bring from the crib to the workplace could probably have me lose my job, or will bring more issues at my job. Pride, man. Pride is the downfall of man, and the adversary loves for you to be prideful, because you forget who you are. And when you forget who you are, you forget who's around you. And when you forget who's around you, you forget how to take care of them, which will put them in a position that will put them in danger. And then you got the boo-boo face when something happened to them.
Leading into showing leadership and influence.
I hate when you cut like that.
Because that was good, dude. That was good. Yo, the next topic to touch on is showing leadership and influence. That's, is your skill more important than making other people feel validated? Because you just said it. Having that leadership and showing that leadership instead of getting in your feelings. That brings a whole different mindset and brings something different to the ball game. Outside of your feelings and emotional distress.
My skills is nice.
And so forth and so forth. You know what I'm saying?
My skills is nice, and I know where my skills is, because if I didn't have these skills, I wouldn't be in the position that I am.
Yeah.
And because I'm in the position that I am, I wouldn't say over you, but I wouldn't be in charge of your everyday doings in your workplace. So now, when you tell me something as simple as, yo, let me go leave, let me go bounce real quick, because I got to do blah, blah, blah. I'm like this. I know you can do it. And you've been doing your job as you're supposed to do. So I have no problem with telling you, guess what? Go take care of what you got to take care of. When you're a dirtbag or a soup sandwich, as we used to say in the military, and you try to ask for something, and you try to ask for a favor, know how we going to look at you? Why would I help you out when you don't even take care of what you need to take care of here? How can I trust you to go do what you need to go do when what you do here is bare minimum? If you was on your P's and Q's, if you was on your P's and Q's, Y's and Z's, and take care of what you take care of here, I have no problem with saying, yo, don't worry, we're gonna take care of you. We got you. Matter of fact, you gotta leave, go leave for a little bit. Matter of fact, don't come back. We're gonna take care of that. That's my skills. Is give the skill that I have that understand how you work, because I'm in that position. Is the main reason why I'm able to tell you that you can go do that. So when I tell you you can't do that because you're not that kind of person, you can't get mad at me. You need to get mad at yourself, because you need to be looking at yourself, asking why. What am I doing wrong for him not to let me do X, Y, Z?
Probably not doing your job the correct way, right? But what about when we what about when we talk about the bosses that don't do the things that you do, and they
have a position. So they have a position that's over you, but they don't know the job of the position. They're just over you just because they have the title.
Yeah.
Oh,
so they don't know how to show.
We used to deal with that a lot in the military.
Yeah, but they don't know how to show. They don't know how to show uplift. They don't know how to show empowerment around people. So they don't know how to make people feel valued to make them actually perform better in doing their job.
Sometimes you have to. There are those people that even if they may be above you, you have to go to the next person under their chain of command. Or some people basically just keep a clique, and they keep a clique to where I know who I can go to go and take care of so and so, because I know the upper chain of command is the ones that's going to take care of it. So what we are able to do right now is we might be in a circle of 5. The people that are outside of us are the 2 people that are outside of that 5 are the 2 big wigs. You got one big wig that don't know what we're doing as a 5. He just has the title, and hopefully the person that's next to him that's out of that 5 understands what we do. So guess what we're going to have to do? We're going to have to go to the person next to the big wig that understands what we do. Because the person that's up top, sometimes they have positions. They get put in positions just because. Nepotism, money, whatever the situation may be. Sometimes they may go and become a leader of a group of people that don't know what's going on. You the leader, you in charge, you the head CEO of agriculture, and ain't never plant a plant in your life. And then you try and then you just look and just see what's going on and don't know the numbers of the agriculture, what needs to be planted, what need to be planted, what needs yada yada yada. So it's going to be you just going by what you may think or what they're telling you without knowing. So it's going to be hard for me to go to you to ask you that situation of how we need to take care of things. So then I have to go to the person that is next or maybe under you. And some people may not like that. A lot of people don't like that. We call it jumping the chain of command. Some people may not like that. But I'm going to go to the person that actually may know about what we're taking care of and give them my bitches, gripes, and complaints. Because they may understand it a lot more than you, because you don't know. You are put in a position because you just have to be there. You don't know what we do. So I have to go to someone that I believe that may know, even if it's in our small group of people. I mentioned like a 5. There is somebody in that 5 that is very well versed in what we take care of. So now I give him that information, and I'm hoping that with the information that I give him, he can reiterate it to the person that's above him that can give it up. I guess. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You just let me run, dude.
Nah, I'll let you run, because it was nice. And this is what we're here for, man.
I can't keep doing too much of that running, because it's not gonna give us clicks and when I chop it up. Because over the 60 seconds that YouTube tells me that I can have.
You, right? All right, last thing. So last time they hear the poem or the quote. Your greatest skill isn't what you do, it's how you make others feel working with you. So when I think about that, I think about leaving a legacy. So outside of your skill, when you leave and you walk away from somebody or you leave this earth or wherever, leaving a legacy is not just necessarily having achievements, but it's also just leaving an imprint on the people around you and the people around the world. So when you have something that is outside of a skill and you have made the world, even just people, you know what I mean, around you just feel ecstatic that they want to follow you to the next city, next state. They just want to follow you everywhere you go, from the next platform, social platform, to the next social platform. How people define you and your reputation is what actually leave those unexpected doors either on the table or off the table waiting for you. Do you agree or disagree?
I agree. There's something that's within you that will make people want to latch on to you for whatever reason it may be. It may be a positive note. It may be how you hustle, how you grind, your empathy towards other people. Or you may have some people that like the nonsense. And for some people that like the nonsense, they may follow the nonsense because it's you, because they like you.
But that's not leaving a legacy. We talk about people that...
Oh, no. When it comes to because you got to understand what a legacy. Not everybody's going to talk positive about your legacy.
And that's...
Not everybody is going to give you the accolades that you want.
Yep.
That you want. You want a prime example? And I'm going there. You can look at Michael Jackson. No matter what music accolades, no matter what records were broken, there's always going to be some people that are going to veer off the path and mention other things that had nothing to do with what he actually accomplished. Do I care about how many people he fed? Do I care about how many children that he saved at hospitals and anything? Nope. They're not. You're going to have that group of people that are always going to see the negative aspect about your legacy. Even if you believe you're doing positive, your legacy, because remember when you gone, they always talk, you will never really hear people talk bad about you at your own funeral.
Yeah. Unless,
it depends.
Oh no, 2025.
It depends. It depends, but for the most,
you'll hear something lately.
It depends, but for the
most
part,
that lady sitting right there in front, I don't know why you sitting there. My mama didn't even like you.
Yo, they be bugged out. I and you know what? The crazy part is, I've heard it. I've heard people.
Work,
I've heard it. And the crazy part is, when you're leaving your legacy, your personal legacy, for who you may be, whether it be positive, whether it be negative. Continue to progress and be the best you that you can be. Not everybody is going to like you. You can't make everybody like you. Not everybody going to like you.
But your reputation
will
define your legacy.
And they still might not like your reputation. Ain't nobody perfect. I don't care how long we go with this one.
Yeah.
It don't matter what you do. There's always going to be one person. He was rich, but he sure didn't give $1 to that man on the ground.
Yep.
And guess what? And not knowing that he had to do something and didn't see him. Something random like that.
I'm learning that now. It don't
matter.
So
you just continue to do what's best for you and your family. If you have your family with you in your household, do what's best for you. That's going to make everything come out the best way it can. Because not everybody's going to bang with you. Not everybody going to respect it. Mm-hmm. Not everybody going to like it. No, not everybody's going to like your growth. Not everybody, because a lot of people not going to like your growth either, because guess what? They still a part of those weeds that you pulled off from that extra growth that you had.
But I want to talk about that leaving a legacy part and adding to the family part. and focusing on you and your family. When I think about now leaving a legacy as we sitting here thinking and discussing this, and I'm thinking about my family, and I'm thinking just that last statement in the beginning, I said leaving a legacy is not having achievements, but the imprint you leave on people. I got away from and this is why we talk about these things, because they're personal to us. They're literally our.
We try to stay away from the I statements about us so much. We have to give an overall.
Correct, but this is what makes it so beautiful, because we're going through these things, or we overcame these things,
or we heard it from someone,
we heard it, right. And for me right now, when I'm thinking about the achievements, the degrees I done got, the going to the gym, like my nieces and nephews do not care about that stuff. What they care about is what I bring to the table.
What you're able to do for them?
Kinda, yeah. But more so like in a good way though. Like my niece, we in church and she's writing or she's drawing, and I'm like, yo, that's dope. That is dope. So I'm helping inspire, I'm helping influence, I'm helping give belief, eliminate the self-doubt. Like, yo, that's dope. Keep doing that. You can do that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And the imprint that I leave on them, that's why every day or every time I see one of them, yo, can I come to your house? Can we stay tonight? Can we go out? Yeah, can we go back to Dave and Buster? Can we do these things? Because the legacies that
there are legacies and imprints.
It's
that
imprints.
People, yes.
I'm leaving imprints on my nieces and nephews.
You might not be able to, as we have grown.
So I'm sorry, nieces and nephews. I was at work, getting to work, working all these crazy hours, doing these degrees and all that. But I do appreciate you all 13 plus, because
dang.
Yeah, they overheard. Yeah, 13 plus of them kids, man. But I want to thank them all, because a lot of them, they do understand that I work hard. They understand who I do it for, what I do it for, and just because they have an understanding of it, don't mean that I could do that. That don't mean I'm allowed to do more of it and stay away.
There's something
them.
That's going to be within them. There's something that's going to be within them that they're going to always remember. Your Uncle Dre is because so and so, and I get that 100%. I don't really talk to my uncles that much. I just because of my life and my lifestyle or whatever. But I will always be forever grateful for the uncles that I have and the aunts that I have, especially my uncles. Especially my two uncles, my Uncle Mac and my Uncle Ron, that introduced me to things that were totally different from out of our atmosphere of being young urban kids. Listening to yacht rock music and soft rock music and understanding that there was something more than just being urban and in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So a lot of that stuff those things are the legacies that they have, that for me, they have left on me and have kind of like made me more aware of, because I'll be honest with you, some of the people that I talk to don't even listen to some of the music I listen to. And I tell them, and they be looking at me like this. They be like,
"They ain't going right."
And they be like, "Yo, you listen? I've never heard that." And I'm like, and guess what? I look at them like, but, and I'm not saying without being, a certain way. I'm looking at them like this. You ain't never heard that? I thought y'all listened to. No, okay,
no.
So leaving a legacy is the goal that you may not think that you want to have, but it's the path that is needed for everyone. It may be, some of it for some people may be negative, some people may be positive, but the legacy that is left is what we're trying to achieve to be the best in a nutshell.
Well said.